Deeg walked up to her door and gently pressed his paw against the touchpad. It was early, but he felt it important to inform her, just like she asked. He admired how seriously she took her role as security officer. Having a well-trained human protecting them was comforting. As the door slid open with a mechanical sound, Deeg found himself facing the barrel of a Terran pistol aimed directly at his head. Fear rushed through him, and he quickly raised his paws. "It's just me! Just me!" he almost shouted, making sure not to make any sudden movements. He considered running, but he didn't want to provoke any violence. Their eyes met, and Deeg felt another wave of fear. The human, lying in her bed, suddenly snapped out of her daze. She quickly adjusted the gun in her hand, pointing it away from Deeg with her finger off the trigger. "Sorry, sir, bad dreams. I'm so sorry," she apologized, her adrenaline calming down. Deeg's fear subsided, replaced by curiosity. "Dream?" he asked, struggling with the unfamiliar Terran word. "Yeah, you know when you sleep?" she explained, putting the gun back under her pillow. "Plenty of species sleep, but dream isn't a word I'm familiar with. What does it mean?" Deeg inquired. "Well, strictly speaking, when a human sleeps, our subconscious organizes and reviews all the data from the day. It organizes, stores, or discards it. But sometimes we see things, experience things. For me, it's like living in a movie, one I've seen before." She trailed off, her expression showing a mix of fear and sadness. "Are you okay?" Deeg asked, trying to read her face. "Yeah, just dreams can be vivid and not always good. Some turn into nightmares," she explained. "What was your dream about?" Deeg asked, concerned. She couldn't see him anymore. She saw her dream, a memory of faces and sounds that still haunted her. It wasn't a pleasant experience. "Anyway, what did you need?" Her face quickly turned professional, like usual. He was starting to think it was more like a mask than an expression, but he didn't say anything. He'd heard humans don't like unsolicited emotional support. It didn't make much sense to him, but until he understood their species better, he didn't want to risk anything. "Right, yes, there was a strange signal from a nearby debris field. Nothing we'd usually pay attention to, but you asked." "To be notified of anything, yes, thank you. I'll join you on the bridge shortly." "Sir, I just need a minute to collect myself." "Of course, I'll see you there." He nodded and attempted a smile, genuine but maybe not quite right for his species, then headed back to the bridge. Dreaming, a way for humans to organize or process data. Does that mean nightmares are made of data that humans find scary? If so, where does it come from? Surely she doesn't find any of us scary. What could scare a human? Suddenly, something she said struck him. 1. I've seen before. Memories? His mind wandered to his first memories of her, less like a meeting and more like witnessing her incredible human strength. Gareth and he had just docked at a way station, still searching for a capable security officer. The more cargo we haul, the more attention we'll attract, not just in space but also when we dock or land. We need someone who can think tactically and stay calm in those situations, Gareth explained. I agree, Captain, but I doubt we'll find that here. Some small station won't have what we need. I'm telling you, Gorma Prime. The Gorm are known for their tactical skills and professionalism. But it's 11 jumps away, almost 3/4 of a full fueling just to get there. True, but at least we'd be sure to find someone good. Right now, finding anyone at all seems impossible. Their debate continued as they searched the docks for nearly an hour. Finally, defeated, they ended up at the station's cantina, both too disappointed to continue arguing, sipping on cheap drinks. Gareth was about to repeat his point when the noise in the bar suddenly grew louder. It seemed like two groups were starting to argue. They looked like mercenaries, judging by their mismatched weapons and armor. Apparently, one group had insulted the leader of the other group, a broodmother. The insect-like beings took offense and began to stand up. No one insults the matriarch! Oh no, are you just some mindless worker or something? Surprised you can even feel offended? The bartender, surprisingly brave for its size, stepped down from their stool and tried to intervene. But their words were drowned out by the noise of the arguing groups. Deg and Gareth exchanged worried looks. If things escalated, it could turn ugly. They watched as the bartender hurried past the groups to a corner table. Dieg noticed for the first time a cloaked figure sitting there, next to a large bag. He had thought it was just some tall cargo, but it turned out to be a creature, and the bartender was talking to them, probably asking for help. The creature made a motion, and the bartender pleaded with them. After another motion, the bartender rushed back to the groups, but their attempts to calm the situation failed. One of the insectoids shoved the bartender to the ground as they approached the other group. "You need to take back your words," one of them buzzed, or what came the response, "You will pay," said another insectoid. The bartender hurried back to the large alien, begging profusely this time. The alien paused, then made a different gesture. The bartender moved away and waited. "Hey, calm down," the alien said clearly. But the two groups ignored the alien's words and continued arguing, paying no attention to anyone else. "You will pay with blood. Are you going to back that up, Bug-Eye? Hey, both of you. That's enough." The creature stood up and Deeg's eyes widened. It had been sitting, but now standing. It was almost twice his size. As she pulled back her hood, realization dawned on both Deeg and Gareth.